Hello, everybody. Look, I'm going live on a Tuesday. Yeah, go me on a Tuesday. Like a planned. I got some notes here too, so I might be looking at my notes every once in a while because I just want to make sure you get all your juicy tidbits of information here. It's a beautiful sunny day today. I am getting ready to go swimming with my children at a pool, which is going to be so much fun. And I thought I would pop on really quick and do my Tuesday tips and training with you guys. Today I wanted to talk about procrastination. Procrastination. Who does it? When does it happen? What is it even? What's procrastination? What is happening? What is going on? Why is it happening? Right? Procrastination is like putting things off. Not getting done. Oh, I'll do that later. Oh, I don't have time for that right now. This isn't even something I really want to be doing. Right? Or starting something and then like not finishing it because, or I can't start it because. There's so many reasons why procrastination comes up for us. Right? Doing chores. Working out. I got one of those. Working out. One of mine is my biggest things is freaking getting my oil changed. Like the light says to get your oil changed. And I don't even know why I procrastinate on it. It's like almost a thing because did you know that you can procrastinate subconsciously too? And I know that the oil change thing is my subconscious thing. And I don't even know why, but I know it's there. So I know it's a thing that I do, right? It's how it works is that like your mind can justify why you don't need to be doing the thing. Let me give you an example. I'll give you a couple examples. So one time I had a serious conversation that I needed to have with somebody, and it was just because there needed to be some like ground rules that were set that had to happen with, my people that I, take care of. And so a conversation had to happen on certain boundaries and what can happen and what not or whatever. And and I knew that it could go either way. It could be a very heated conversation or like where emotions are heightened, or it could end up being okay depending on how, the person receives it and how the delivery is, correct? So I, knew I had to have this conversation. I kept putting it off. So I'm like, okay, I need to have this conversation by next week because, this is ridiculous. It's not going the way it needs to happen, right? And so I put a date on it and I said by like Wednesday or something. So here Tuesday comes around and I'm like walking through the house or whatever. And there's laundry to be done. So what do? I had like 2 hours where I could have this conversation. Yeah, it was early, but so what? Like it, that was my time, right? That was my time I could do it. And instead I'm like fold the laundry and I got to clean all the stuff and I got to do all that. Like, have you ever done that, where you find all the things to do? I have another example for you too that I used to do when I was a kid in high school. And I ended up folding the laundry and then I sat there and I was like, I didn't fold all the laundry, but I realized, oh my gosh, I'm folding the laundry so I don't have to have this conversation. So I immediately stopped and I went and had the conversation and guess what? Everything was fine. The conversation went fine. Everything was fine. I didn't want to do it. I was procrastinating because of fear, the unknown, not knowing what to do. Oh, is this going to end up how I want it to end up? Like all of that. And then I ended up folding laundry. Like, really? What is even happening right there? Right? Another one. When I was in high school, I'd have like a big project or a test that I needed to study for. And all of a sudden, I need to clean my room. Yeah, that sounds great. No. Like, what teenager is just like, well, maybe some teenagers. I'm not going to say that all teenagers are like that. But I would clean my room every once in a while, but it wasn't like a regular thing. But anytime I had like a project or an essay I had to write or whatever, I had to like clean all my room first. I had to like organize my clothes and organize my drawers, really organize my drawers. I had to do all that. Then when that was done, then I could do my homework. Then I could do my project. Then I could do, the thing. Like, and it's funny too, right? Because when you procrastinate, how many of you, when you procrastinate, then you get more stressed out because your time is coming closer, right? Like the time that it's due is coming closer. So you get more stressed out and then you're just like, oh my gosh. And then you feel overwhelmed and then you have more fear. And then you're just like, and sometimes you're just like, forget it. Then you lose like all the things. Why? Why do we do it? Why do we do it? Sorry, I'm turning my page to make sure I have all the stuff. We all procrastinate, right? We all procrastinate at some point. We all procrastinate to some degree. Some of it's like really procrastinating, and some of it's like, oh, I'm just not right now. No, okay. 4 hours later, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to do the thing, right? Why do you guys procrastinate? Why do you guys procrastinate? What is your thing what is something that you know you procrastinate on? Give me something in the comments, or private message me, or just notice what you're noticing. What is something that you procrastinate on? Mine is yard work. Yard work, 100%. I do not like spending 18 hours and I got a yard, you guys. I have a yard, okay? And I do not like spending like 18 hours and cutting all the things, and then I feel like I spend like 18 hours in this 1 week, and then 2 weeks later I'm like, did I touch my yard? It's like, and it's, you know, when you are bending over and pulling weeds and doing all this stuff, you get sore muscles, places hurt you didn't even realize. You know, it's just not my thing. So do I procrastinate on that one? Yeah, sometimes, especially like summertime when you want to be out playing, like swimming in the pool, like right now. You don't want to be doing yard work, right? You don't want to be doing yard work. That is a thing. I would rather do anything else. Clean bathrooms, cook for 25 people, you know, then go do some yard work. It's not on the top of my list, you know? You know, it could be something you're dreading, scared of the outcome, wondering if you are even fully capable of doing it to the end, or flat out just don't even feel motivated to be doing it. Like, no, I'm just not, like, with yard work, you know? It's going to take a lot. It's going to be, you know, make up this grandiose story in your head. Like this morning for me. I'm probably going to post about it later. It was so hard for me to get up to go work out this morning. It was extremely hard, and I found all these lists of reasons not to, and I started trying to figure out how to procrastinate it, and I was just like, boop, nope, pause button, I'm getting up, doing the thing, went straight to work out and got it done, and so glad that I did. Today, I'm going to give you three ways to challenge this procrastination thing, and then I'm going to give you some added tips to flip the script, okay? So, number one, notice when you are procrastinating. Like, notice what is coming up for you when you're putting things off or dreading it or whatever. And then why? Why are you dreading? Like, why is this a thing to procrastinate, right? Just notice that, to take note. Number two, we're just challenging it here, right? Number two, organize or break down. So what do I mean by that? So if you have a bunch of things to do and you feel overwhelmed, or you have this thing and that you want to do, organize. So make a list of to do. Just make a list. Just brain dump. Make a list of to do and then break it down. Break down the list. Okay, if you're procrastinating on all these things. Well, let's say there's 5. Make the list of 5, then just pick one. One until done. One until done. Okay? Or if it's a humongous project, break it into sections. Break it into like 3 or 4 different sections, like big chunks, and then just concentrate on that section until it's done, right? Then move to the next section until it's done. But don't look at all of the sections. Just look at the section that you need to finish. So then you're still moving in the direction that you want to move, and you're still working, right? And number 3 challenge, okay? A timing method. Now I'm going to look at my notes because I want to tell you this like on point while I'm describing it to you. It's called the Pomodoro method. I don't know if you guys know about this method. I use this for multiple different things, and procrastination is one of them. It helps wonders with my son that has ADHD. Write down the task, a single task, like the one you choose, the one that you don't want to procrastinate on, okay, and focus on that task. That's the one that you need to do. Number 2, you set a timer for the set time. So 15 minutes if it's like super dreading and it's hard to get through, or 25 minutes. What do you prefer? 15 minutes of solid work time or 25 minutes of solid work time? When your timer goes off, that paper that you wrote down your little thing on, put a check mark on it, X, smiley face, whatever it may be, just put a mark on there. Take a 5-minute break. Again, set a timer for your 5-minute break. When your break is up, go back to the table. If you chose 15-minute chunks or 25, you work again, 15-minute, 25-minute, When the timer goes off, again, check mark, X, smiley face, whatever it is, put that on your paper. After you have 2 or 3 of these little symbols on your paper, then reward yourself with like a 20-minute break. Okay? Then you get a big break. If you feel like jamming and you want to go longer, go ahead. Go ahead. You don't have to stop. This is just a challenge that you can do in order to keep moving, in order to keep going and working on the project that you may dread to do. Okay? So then you're still doing it and you don't feel overwhelmed. Now, along with those 3 challenges, my friends, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are also going to help you with procrastination. Those tips are, number 1 is minimize your distractions. If you are somebody that gets distracted by the TV, then don't have it on, right? Or move your project, or if you can, be away from it, like in a different room or in a different space or what have you. If your phone is a distraction, I understand if you're using it as a timer, right? Okay, you need that. Unless you have another timer. If you have another timer, awesome, because then you don't have to worry about picking up your phone and then now you're distracted. Put your phone away. Put your phone away from you or in a different room, or at least where you have to like get up to move to get your phone, so that does not distract you. Okay? Something like that. Those are just some tips for minimizing distractions. Tip number 2, eat the frog. Eat the frog? What are you talking about? Okay? If you don't know what eat the frog is the saying that you say when you have all these things to do, or you have 4 steps that you need to do, and you know that number 3 is the step that you are like, oh, this is going to be the hardest step or whatever, you do number 3 first. Number 3 first, so then the hard one is done, and then all the other ones after, easy, easy, easy peasy, right? And tip number 3, ask someone to check in on you. Be like, hey, I really need to do this. I'm over it. I've been trying to do this for 2 weeks. I need to do it. Can you please call me out? Just call me and be like, hey, did you do the thing? So it's like accountability check-in, right? Ask someone. You have a person, a best friend, parent, even your kid, whatever. Just be like, hey, I need to do this and I need you to check me. So you have kind of like someone you're locking arms with here, and you're trying to do the things and they're helping you along the way, right? Accountability partner, someone to check in. Those 3 tips that can also help you with procrastination. So, be careful, because when we procrastinate for a small amount of time, what do you feel? You're like, oh my gosh, you feel down, you get hard on yourself. You're like, I should have done that. You might even feel guilty because you didn't do the thing. I didn't do that thing that I should have been doing, right? Well, if it ends up being longer, if you procrastinate for longer periods of time, then it can turn into bigger things, bigger emotions like anxiety, or totally disappointing yourself, like full on being disappointed, or even sorry, I'm scratching my nose, it's itchy. Or even like really just demotivating you. Like you might have been all on board for something and you've been putting it off, and now you're just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't have it in me to do it anymore, right? You don't want to get to the demotivating part, because then you got to like kind of dig yourself out of the trench. It's doable. You can do it, but it's just a little bit harder, my friend, a little bit harder, right? So let's not do that. Let's not get there. Let's use these challenges. Let's use these tips so we can kind of, procrastination. You know what I'm saying? Now we have some tools in our toolbox. Tips and stuff. We have some tools in our toolbox. Man, my weirds. I was going to say my weirds are hard. My words are hard today. Maybe all the time. Maybe it's just my jam. I don't know. What ones are you going to use? Are you going to pick one? Are you going to use them all? Which ones do you like the best? Which ones are working out for you? Give me some feedback. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what ones you're going to use. What ones are going to work for you. Tweak that procrastination. Get it. Get it. So you can get your stuff done. So you can do your thing. A couple of things I also want to talk to you guys about. I want to do a video about what, I'm going to ask you a question. I want to do a video about life coaching and what it even is, what the difference is between a counselor and a life coach. when I first started even looking into life coaching, I had no freaking clue what it was. And I realized that a lot of people are like, what do you mean a life coach? Like, people mostly know what like sports coaches are, things like that, basketball coach, baseball coach, football coach, stuff like that. But they don't really know like life coach. What does that even mean? If you guys think that that would be an awesome idea for me to like even make a video of it and post it at the top of this group so you guys can see it whenever you want to, or when like new members come in, they can see it as well. Whatever would be more beneficial, but I thought about doing that. I might do that for you guys and just do it in general. Let me know. Say yes underneath this video. Let me know about that. I got something else coming up. You know, Friday tip. I'm going to do my Friday happiness tip. That video is coming on Friday. I have a workshop that I'm doing on August 4th. I'm going to do it live. And it's about, oh man, so many juicy things. It's about knocking out self-talk, building confidence, knowing what you're running, knowing where your thoughts, like what you're running for your thoughts, how you can bust that and hit the pause button and reprogram it so you can be like, not happening today, my friend. We're going to have, you know, have a day that you can like rock like a boss. You know, what else am I going to be talking about? Oh my gosh, there's so many juicy things. I will send out a little video too when it gets closer, but I will be doing a workshop on August 4th. I have a link for you to save your seat. And if you don't make the live, it's totally fine. You can watch the replay, but you get a lot of juicy tidbits and that really, really help you with mindset and shifting around that stuff and looking into like, you know, putting yourself first and self-care and things like that. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. You don't want to miss that. So I just wanted to mention that. So I hope you guys can enjoy this sunny day if you're around in this area, or just enjoy your day in general. And I look forward to making your happiness tip video on Friday. And I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye, my friends.